Hey dolls, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot, and welcome to your reading, my darlings. Today's reading is called The Truth About Your Situationship, okay? So we've all had those times in our lives when we've been stuck in a situationship and not really knowing what to do, okay? And as I was pre-shuffling out the oracle cards, I saw the Devil and the Lovers. The Devil flipped out, fell on the floor, and then the Lovers was on the bottom of the deck as I was shuffling out your oracle cards, and it was it was really interesting. So I think we're gonna have a really fantastic, illuminating reading, and we're gonna look at them versus you, where they stand, and what they think of you right now, okay? And then on the extended reading, we are gonna go ahead and look at the sexual dynamics in your connection. We're gonna use the dirty little grab bag as designed by me, okay? And the dirty little grab bag is now available for sale, and I have the link in the description box below to click to the website that I have the decks on. You can purchase them. I hope you'll love them. There's 96 cards in here, and they are fun. They are spicy, and they are fun. So we will look at the sexual dynamics between you and your person. In the extended reading, we will pull the Tarot of Sexual Magic as well to look at that. We'll look at their deepest emotional needs, where they see this going, and then advice from your guides, okay? Pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Or sorry, we don't have 4, we have 1, 2, and 3. So we will go ahead and take a look at that in the extended reading. The link to my Vimeo channel is in my description box. Also, the link to follow me on Instagram and TikTok are also in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, guys, we have pile number 1, which is the yellow tea light right here. We have pile number 2, which is the blue tea light, okay? And we have pile number 3, which is the purple tea light, okay? So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You can go directly to the description box to choose your pile and follow your intuition. If you feel drawn to watch more than one pile, there may be messages that resonate in more than one pile. If the message doesn't resonate at all, that's okay, no big deal. We can always try again next time, okay, everybody? So let's go ahead and get into it. And we are going to look at what's the truth about this situationship? For those of you that have a situationship going on, all right? Woo, let's get into it. So, yeah. And as I was shuffling out the cards, I had this energy of kind of feeling like squeezed in or like shut in or kind of, you know, just kind of being maybe people are compartmentalizing their feelings, or they're holding back, or there's an energy of feeling trapped. Somebody is feeling trapped in a connection, okay? So that's kind of what I was getting as I was shuffling out the cards too, and we'll see how that relates to the reading and if it comes up again, all right? So let's go ahead, and actually if the Devil comes up in some way or capacity in one of these readings, then I will actually relate that back to that, okay? So mark my words, all right? Let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, you chose the yellow tea light. Welcome to your reading, my lovelies. And today's reading is called The Truth About Your Situationship. So we're gonna look at the dynamics of your situationship, where your person stands, what they're thinking, how you're feeling. We're just gonna look at the dynamics and what's going on. And in the extended reading, we'll be looking at the sexual dynamics between you and your person using the dirty little grab bag, which is now for sale. You can click the link in my description box to purchase the cards if you like them. And yeah, in the extended reading, we'll be looking at the sexual dynamics. We'll be looking at their deepest emotional needs, where they see this going, and then advice from your guides, okay? So let's go ahead and pop into the reading. Pile number 1. Spirits, angels, and guides, for my beautiful pile number 1s, please help me channel into their yellow tea light energy. Let's get it, pile number 1. And the energy of your person too, right? Because we're looking at both of you here. and looking at the truth of this situationship. Okay, let's dive right in. We have the Princess of Pentacles. So we could have a friends with benefits situation showing up in pile number 1, or we could just have kind of an informal atmosphere between you and your person. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently today, and I'm just gonna kind of get all the cards out and see what I'm feeling. We have Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep, okay? So definitely, I am still getting that energy of, you know, starting off as a very informal connection. And I do think deeper feelings are developing here. And I do think that, you know, if you thought that you were going to kind of keep things surface level, pile number 1, or just kind of, you know, take a step out, be tentative, be chill, be cool, just kind of go with the flow, I think things are going to get quite a bit deeper than what you initially anticipated here. And let's see what else we have. It says, I feel you even though we're apart. Yeah. So you could have somebody here making like kind of overtures towards the other person. Like maybe we could talk, meet for coffee, like just small overtures here. And there's still a lot of depth of feeling. You still can feel one another's energy. And with the Whale and the Orca Elders here, there definitely is still a psychic link in this connection. It says, I'm so attracted to you. So you could have somebody who is, you know, you could be feeling this way or they could be feeling this way. But, you know, somebody acting like, oh, we're just going to be friends or friends with benefits and keep this chill and cool. But actually, it's deeper than that. It says, your person is saying, I'm so attracted to you and I feel you even though we're apart. So some of you may be in situations where you have to downplay your connection, okay? And you both have to act like, it's not that big of a deal, but actually it is. We have Sunset here, and this is from this deck called Divine Doors, and there's more than one person on here too. So you or your person may be involved with other people, or there may be other people impacting this situation, or a reason why you cannot be super overt with this connection, okay? And it says, sunset, time here turns to release and to unfurl, old cords of pain fade as the sunlight burns, okay? You know, old cords of pain fade, okay? So we have a sunset in the background here, and we have the pain is fading away. Let's see what else we have here. We have Bird in a Cage, Illusions, Ignorance is Bliss, 8 of Swords. This is from my deck, Soul Messages, which again is for sale. I'm not going to say that every time. I just put the link up today, so bear with me. But we have Bird in a Cage, Illusions, Ignorance is Bliss, 8 of Swords, okay? So I definitely feel like somebody here was like, oh, you know, this is chill, this is easy, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but then it went deeper than you thought, and it did cause some pain. And I think that pain is past, and you and this person may be trying to figure out how you can still be friends or still be a part of each other's lives, even though you're not together, okay? And it's a little bit of a kind of lie to yourself, a little bit routine here with the 8 of Swords and this Whale and Orca card, because you may be saying, oh, it would be okay, or like paying lip service to the fact that like, oh, everything would be chill, right? But underneath it, you're feeling this connection very deeply still. We have the Chariot, okay? So yeah, I feel you, like even though it says, once this is done, I'm out of here, determined, I won't back down, plans to leave and eat my dust, okay? This is from my deck here, Soul Messages. So I feel like you two are not together anymore, like you've separated from one another. You may be living in different places. You may have decided that we're gonna part ways and be separated and go live in separate places or separate houses. One of you could be staying with a friend. You know, you just decided, and even though you're apart, there's still these incredibly deep feelings there, all right? And yeah, it says, I'm so attracted to you. And then it says, run my hands through your hair, kiss your lips and neck. You smell delightful. Your energy is like, whoa, falling in love. So I think, you know, the truth about this situationship is I feel that you're both still very in love with one another, pile number 1. And even though you're apart and you may be telling others and you may be, you know, telling friends or bringing up reasons to other people like, oh, this is why we're not together anymore and I've moved on, right? And I still feel like there's going to be, and there may have been a period of time where you weren't in contact with this person, but with the Page of Pentacles here, I do feel like an offer, an apology, a simple overture towards you is going to be made, pile number one. Like, oh, I left something at your house. Can I just come? I feel like you're going to see this person again, is what I'm saying here. And we have stripping down masculine beliefs here. Wow, somebody's a straight hottie. Look at this. Look at this hottie on here. Somebody is, and maybe that's what got somebody into trouble here, is somebody is va-va-voom hot, and you know, there were other people around impacting this connection. But we have stripping down masculine beliefs here. So whoever is the masculine in this connection, and I realize not everybody identifies, but just the person who was kind of in charge of kind of initiating the connection is what I'm going to say, because I know not everyone identifies with, you know, she or he, but whoever was the one in charge of initiating this connection, I feel like this person has really been stripped down to, like, you know, like understanding some of the pain that they caused here and what their actions did to cause this ending. And I think they're wanting to, this person is wanting to come forward, not in a massive major way, but with a lot of feeling underneath it, okay? And you're kind of both in the same position. Yeah, we have the elephant here. So the word with the elephant is I remember you. I feel like what this person is saying is I feel like you guys in pile number one, like this person's emotional memory is really tied in with yours, okay? There's so many memories that you guys shared or things that you talked about. You can't just will that away, and you can't just turn it off and say you're good or that you forgot about it, okay? And I think for some of you, kind of admitting that to yourself is gonna be, you know, and I'm not saying that, you know, you're gonna end up with this person or we're gonna find out more information, but I'm just saying the truth is that there's still muscle memory there with this person. It's like they go and wake up in the morning and reach for you, or they go and touch their alarm clock or turn their alarm clock off and their first thought is you, or, you know, and as they go about their day, I feel like this person may be absorbing a lot of energy or disconnecting their thoughts in a way. But when their defenses are down, this person has like an emotional memory towards you that makes them want to reach for you. Pile number one is what I feel. I'm getting the name Estelle or Esther or a name like that. Estelle, Esther. Okay, so if you know a person with that name in your life, it could be a relative, a parent, yourself, a middle name, your person's name, an ex of your person. If you have any connection to that name, Estelle, Esther, then I feel like, you know, take this reading. Also the name Aaron too. I'm just getting the E names right now. But we have child wound, okay? So awakens compassion, right? Blames all dysfunctions on relationship, on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness, all right? So somebody here could have felt very wounded in this connection and felt, you know, whatever happened here very deeply, but wasn't really willing to, you know, was resisting moving on and resisting forgiving the other person. And then we have child nature, okay? So you guys could also have children with this person too, or you could have talked about having children together because we have child and child. Some of you could have 2 children with this person, okay? But, you know, yeah, like someone here there was a lot of childhood wounds going on between you and this person. I feel like you guys triggered each other highly here. And one of you could have been, or I feel like both of you were actually very sensitive towards one another in this connection. And, you know, one of you could have had a tendency to be borderline abusive, I feel like, and because the shadow attribute here of this child nature is not knowing, and when I say that, I mean not knowing what your actions have, that I feel like your person may not have known how their actions would impact you, pile number one. It's like they couldn't really see how what they were doing was going to impact you. And I feel like it triggered you as well, pile number 1, okay? We have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. So we could have some Sagittarians here in this pile. But you know, or Cancers too, some Sagittarians or Cancers, or you have that in your chart. But I feel like, or Gemini, I just have to say that, but I feel like, you know, you guys both got stuck into this kind of wounding scenario with one another. I think your person didn't know that they were hurting you, and you were kind of holding it in and building resentment towards this person. Pile number 1 is what I feel. And, you know, and it's born from kind of both of you having this like wound, all right? And we have the elephant here. So the elephant's very wise and learns their lessons and absorbs it, and it becomes part of them, right? And you can see the third eye activation right there, the crown, the third eye, the fire at the bottom there. And I feel like this situation is shifting and changing. It's almost like this person had to lose you to finally understand what this connection meant to them, okay? And to actually get the lesson and see the bigger picture here. Because I feel like this person could have been kind of immature when you met pile number 1. It's like they were sucked into the romance and the love and the falling in love and all of that. And it's like it regressed them into a child almost, because you know, a lot of us, the first people that we loved were our parents, right? I mean, the first people that we cared about and loved were our parents. And so it makes sense that romantic relationships would, you know, trigger into those experiences. But I think your person is trying to grow up is what I feel like here. They're trying to be wiser. They're trying to be more considerate of other people's feelings and look at the bigger picture instead of just getting caught in a dynamic that never shifts is what I feel, pile number 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, where does this person stand towards my pile number 1s now? I'm kind of getting the vibe here of you used to kind of be a family with this person, and some of you may have children with this person, okay? And somebody here may have, like, somebody here could have had a pet rabbit too, because I'm drawn to the rabbit, or you could have had a pet rabbit growing up, okay? But I feel like, you know, one of you had to be the more comforting one, and the other one was, you know, may have taken advantage of the fact that the other one was going to always be there and comfort the other person. I do feel like you guys are, with the Chariot showing up here, and I do feel like you guys are not currently together, pile number 1, or you may be separated from this person. There's a lot of history with this person, and there's a lot of vulnerability and emotional intensity I actually feel here. And I think when you two fell, you fell really hard. And how are they feeling now? Okay, now they just want a break is what I feel like, okay? Where they stand now, pile number 1. You know, look at this shit. Like, this is what I feel that you guys had, the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. I think you guys had a very stable life or connection, or it looked like you were going to have a very stable life and connection or home with this person. And I think right now, this situation needs a break. And there is a purpose for, you know, you two being separated right now. I feel like Spirit wants me to tell you guys that because there is a purpose for it. I'm getting the name Diane too, Diane, all right? If you have a mother, a sister, or that's your name, or somebody in this connection, I'm getting that name, all right? But I feel like you guys, I feel like both of you need a break from this connection. You both need rest and healing. And it got to feel like such, instead of like the feeling that you guys had when you were falling in love, the connection started to feel like a burden, okay? It started to feel like a really heavy burden instead of something that you wanted to do, right? And I think now people need, you know, people need healing is what I feel, and need to put the burden down here. Let's go ahead and see what else, what is this person feeling towards my pile number 1s right now? I mean, 2 10s, right? 2 10s and a 4. I kind of feel like they think that this is done, honestly. I mean, like, I think it's so crazy because at the beginning of the reading, I was saying, I feel like they still care. And I do feel like they still care, pile number one. I just think that they've kind of lost hope about this connection, okay? And I think they're just kind of sleeping on the job now. And I think they're kind of numbing out to this connection is what I feel. And, you know, they may be trying to distract themselves with other things here. I'm not saying other people, I'm just saying other things to distract themselves. I think they feel like, you know, it's the challenges around this connection are insurmountable. And I feel like they feel kind of hopeless about this connection at times, okay? Where do they stand right now, Spirit? Where do they stand? I mean, it's like, I feel like this person, and again, you guys may have a child together, which keeps you guys, you know, you have something in common or something that you need to connect on, or you may have some things that you need to wrap up with this person that doesn't really, some details about where you were living that need to wrap up before you can totally, you know, before, I feel like, you know, this person's kind of exasperated. They're like, would you just, you know, hear me out? Would you just listen to me? Would you just, you know, like if I said something nice to you, or I complimented you, or I did something for you, would that make a difference? I kind of feel like they're saying here too, would that make a difference? Would you feel differently about this situation, right? If I tried to make it better, if I tried to kiss the boo-boo and kiss the owie, would it make it better? You know, is kind of what I feel like they're saying, you know, and they're like, if I was, you know, there for you and consistent, and I wasn't overly emotional, and I was just not flying off the handle, because I feel like, you know, there may be some really dramatic energies of both of you flying off the handle here, or just being like, this is done, cut it off. And I feel like this person is like, if I were to kind of come back and be like more even and more even keeled, and, you know, kind of start over with you and just, you know, say something nice to you. I kind of see, what I am seeing is like somebody showing up, somebody who drives a pickup, and I'm seeing someone who isn't white. I'm seeing like somebody who's Latino, okay? And I see someone showing up and like putting their foot on the ground and kind of tracing the ground with their foot and sort of looking at the ground, okay? And I feel like this person is still into you, pile number one. I feel like they would take a tentative step, but I think they're also like, I think they can't really handle the dramatics anymore, and you probably can't either, truth be told. I mean, I feel like both of you are kind of in the same position here. You're like, neither one can handle, yeah, you're like 4 of Wands. Like, either we're gonna have peace and be able to sleep peacefully at night without each other, or we'll give it a second chance again for our family and for, you know, what we're gonna do here. And we're gonna look at the rabbits here again with the rabbits. Now there's 4 rabbits on here. Either we're gonna give it a chance because we believe in us and we're gonna be kinder to one another. We're gonna listen to each other. We're gonna, you know, respect one another. We're not gonna have so many disagreements about how we're, you know, raising kids, for those of you where this involved kids, or the decision to have or not have kids, right? I feel like this is a connection with some history, okay? So if this doesn't resonate, you know, choose another pile. But I definitely feel like this is a connection with some history here. And it's like, are we better off apart or are we better off together? And I feel like that's kind of what the energy is here, okay? We have Justice, number 11. So there may be some court proceedings going on right now, pile number one. There could be some formal dissolution proceedings, or wondering if that's going to happen, or you should just cut this off and start over. But it's hard, I feel like, because you have the elephant here. This is very hard. And there once was so much love here, you know, and attraction, connection, deep connection, right? So it's like, why, you know, it's kind of like weighing out the decision, right? It's like, should I or shouldn't I? And let's go ahead and see here. And that's, you know, it's a really deep question. And I feel like it's something that, And actually, I'm going to take this and I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to ask that question for you, pile number one, because I feel like some of you are like, well, you know, because I do feel like this person may come forward to you, pile number one, and you're like, well, what should I do here? Okay, so let's just ask that really quick here. Spirit, angels, and guides, can you tell me if this person comes forward for pile number one? Can you tell me what pile, you know, what does pile number one need to know here? What does pile number one need to know here, Spirit? Four of Cups, anything that disturbs your peace or interrupts what you're trying to do in your life, or takes you away from your core or your center, or your happiness isn't for you, even no matter how good it looks or how much you want it. And I think, you know, you have to be rooted in your life. And I think having a home and a family, this is Moon in Cancer, is very important to you, pile number one. And I think that, you know, you get at odds about that, because I think it is very important to you to have that feeling of protection and being with the people that you love and feeling grounded where you're at and protected, etc. By spirit, by those around you. And, you know, and I feel like that's in you protecting your children. If you have children, I think that's very important to you. And I think a lot of you are very focused right now on your own self-healing and your own journey, even though it's tempting, I feel like, for you, pile number one, to kind of fall back into this. But Spirit is saying, you know, I had that energy of feeling trapped, you know, at the beginning of this reading. And this Eight of Swords is coming up again, and it came up at the very beginning of your reading as well. So now we've had it twice. The Eight of Swords has come through twice, okay? And yeah, here it is again, right? So I feel like sometimes you get at odds with yourself because you want that family or you want that dream, but not at the expense of your own peace and happiness. And I do feel like you go back and forth on this Seven of Cups. Like, you're like, shit, you know, like what, you know, and I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, calm your mind on this, calm your mind and get centered, because I do feel like this is something you really go back and forth on and you wonder about. And let's see, what else here? What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us? What does pile number one need to know here? Knight of Wands, okay? So there is this sense of, you know, disruptive energy at times, I feel like. And I feel like it keeps you from moving on sometimes, pile number one. Like, it keeps you from moving on, and, you know, and it is disruptive. So I think you want to question anything that feels very disruptive to you, okay? As you're trying to cultivate your own peace and your own happiness, I think you want to be a little bit careful of things that would disrupt your peace or cause you a lot of confusion. I think Spirit is wanting to keep you away from that energy. Yeah, Spirit is wanting for you to stay very balanced, very focused on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. And Spirit wants you to leave enough for yourself at the end of the day, okay? Like, you give out a lot during the day. There's a lot of responsibilities that you have. And I think some of you are having to hustle a bit harder, and you may feel like your back is up against the wall a little bit here because of this situation. And Spirit is saying, leave enough for yourself at the end of the day, okay? And things have to be fair, you know? It can't just be about what someone else's agenda is at the expense of yours. And I think that's an important thing to weigh out here. We have the Two of Cups. So, you know, I do feel like you guys are going to bring love into your life no matter what, all right? That you're going to bring love into your life no matter what, whether it's this person or another person, okay? What else does pile number one need to know here, Spirit? Three of Swords. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's not this person, as much as that may sting, pile number one. Yeah, and I do feel like there could be somebody new, all right? And there could be a newer connection that's going to come in on the scene here. But I feel like it's after you get through this temptation of this connection with this situationship, okay? It's going to be after you completely let it go and grieve the loss and rely on the people around you to get you through that, and you become very determined about, you know, being able to give yourself enough at the end of the day so that you can give to others, but you're also settled within yourself and you're not over giving is what I feel, pile number one, okay? And I do feel like something you need to think about is simplicity, okay? I feel like, you know, if something is very overly complicated or overly stressful, I think you need to kind of pull your energy back from that. And you may need to grieve a loss in order to do that is what I feel, pile number one, okay? So that's the energy that I'm picking up on for you, pile number one. And we're going to go ahead to the extended reading next. And we're going to look at, you know, this person, whoever you came here for, whoever you want to go to the extended reading for, we're going to look at their deepest emotional needs, where they see this going. We're going to look at the sexual dynamics that are happening here as well. And we're going to look at advice from your guides as well, pile number one, okay? So continue with me on to the extended reading if you so desire. And we will see you. I feel like some of you are like, I'm good, you know, after that reading, I'm good. But we can always go deeper into it in the extended reading, all right? We can always, if you feel up to it, you know, no press, pile number one, no press, baby. But let's go ahead and get into it with pile number two. All right, let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the blue tea light, my darlings. And today's reading is called The Truth About Your Situationship. So we're gonna look at the dynamics of what's going on in your situationship, where they stand, what they're thinking, you versus them, etc. Not that it always has to be a you versus them, but just, you know what I mean, the dynamics, the emotional dynamics, pile number two. And we will be having an extended reading, which you can click on the description box in my Vimeo, for my Vimeo channel. And in the description, or on my extended reading, we're going to, all of a sudden I'm really distracted. Are you distracted, pile number two? Are you multitasking right now, pile number two? In my Vimeo reading, you guys will see my dirty little grab bag that I designed, which by the way is for sale now. If you click in the description box, you'll find a link for that. And for my other deck, Soul Messages, you'll find both for sale. And in the extended reading, we're gonna go into your person's like sexual desires, what their sexual dynamics are right now, their deepest emotional needs, where they see this going, and then advice from your guides, okay? So let's work into it. Pile number two. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help me clear the energy from the previous reading and drop me into the energy of pile number two and their person. What is the truth about this situationship, okay? So let's dive in, pile number two. We have the Six of Wands. So, you know, I think it's like, wee, right? This is my card in this deck of having big orgasms and opening up your energy and your life to someone and being like, pick me, you know? Six of Wands is also a card about overcoming and getting noticed and getting appreciated for what we've done, okay? Kind of being in the spotlight. We have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transformation, and activation, all right? So, you know, and I feel like and I see this person as kind of resting and taking it easy. So, you know, sometimes I feel like this connection is like at a high point and it's like, wee, right? And then sometimes it's like quieter, or maybe you're not hearing from this person as much and it's more like they're being very private about things, or they're holding back a little bit. And it's kind of a dichotomy is what I feel like, pile number two, because sometimes it's like, whoa, this is so cool. And then other times it's kind of like the energy sort of deflates a little bit. But, you know, and I also think that it's good. Like, it's okay, because it's okay to have space from each other too, is what I want to say. And I feel like some of you could be a little bit nervous coming to this reading. And I feel like it's okay for you to kind of have some space from this person every now and then, okay? Like, it's fine. And I don't think you need to go crazy over it. This person is saying, or this could be you too as well, pile number two. I replay our conversations over and over. So, you know, that's kind of what happens when things get really happy, excited, really good. They're on the climb, and then things just kind of flatten out. And, you know, and it leaves the person kind of wondering, like you leave someone on red, they don't respond. It's like, well, let me go back and look at it. What was said, right? And was there something there I missed in the communication? I feel like could be coming up. Okay, this person is saying, I know I messed everything up. And yeah, and I feel like this person could have came on very strong to you, pile number 2. And, but I think somebody here is also being a little bit overly dramatic or overly sensitive maybe about some of the things that were said or done. And I don't think it needs to be like that dramatic is kind of what I'm seeing. You guys have this cool blue door here. Let's see what this door says. The art of life. There is no sacred light in the aura of the invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Okay. Yeah, so this is like, there is no sacred light in the aura of invisible light. So this is like, be seen, right? Pile number 2, be seen for who you are. Don't hide who you are. This person could have been, you know, pretending that they were more happy or successful or excited, or they underneath it, they could have been more holding back or depressed or not telling you everything here. And they're saying, you know, I know I messed everything up, or they feel like they do, but I'm like, I don't know that you really did. Yeah, we have the magic touch here. So there definitely was, you know, a deep emotional connection here. I feel like when anybody kind of in this connection pulls their energy back, the other person takes it as like, whoa, they don't love me or they don't care, right? And I feel like some people are being a little paranoid, and it might just be that people need to take a step back and, you know, kind of just be in their own energy for a minute with the magic touch here. It's like there definitely is magic surrounding this connection. There is a lot of intimacy here. I feel like there's a lot of closeness and a lot of intimacy, but you have to let yourself be seen, all right? And we have determined hunter, no escape. Okay, so I feel like somebody here is, you know, really analyzing like all the elements of the conversation and replaying everything over and over in their head. And I feel like someone's a little too much in their head. And I feel like somebody here needs to get more into their body and let go more, okay? It's like being stuck in your head and kind of over exaggerating things. Let's see. Will you go on a date with me? I promise I won't bite. Hard, kinky sex. Okay. I mean, maybe this person came on too strong sexually as well here with, I know I messed everything up, and will you go on a date with me? I promise I won't bite hard. Maybe somebody took it a little too far here. Or maybe you guys had sex quite quickly, or you gave it up. You know, I don't really like that kind of talk, but you know, a lot of people feel that way, especially women. Like if you gave it up or something, then the person isn't going to want you anymore. I feel like some of you may be like, oh, I had such a good time, but then it flatlined. I feel like some of you are feeling that way. Thank you for showing me what true love is, unconditional. Okay, so again, I feel like this person is still quite into you and still quite connected with you. I'm drawn to the way that their heads are touching here. I feel like there is a psychic link in this connection, and I feel like you two are very sensitive to one another here. We have the snake and the magic touch, right? So I'm definitely getting that energy of you two having a very strong sexual connection and hooking up like pretty quickly into this connection and just being like, fuck it, let's do it, right? But then I think it was like, well, where do we go next from here, right? Where do we go next? I have hero and heroine here. So we're going to look at what, yeah. And we have a beggar. Oh no, you guys, this is what, yeah, this is totally what I'm getting. All right. And it says prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So, you know, this connection, I feel like some of you are needing to kind of chill a bit here and know that a new path is coming, right? But it's like, you got to take your time with it. And this isn't to say, oh, you're bad because you hooked up with someone or you let your hormones go crazy or whatever. Good for you, pile number 2. Like, I'm all like, jump on it, you know, but I feel like, you know, as far as the emotional connection here and the intimacy, like it needs to kind of go one step at a time. And this person, I feel like they are open to love, and I feel like they do want to connect, but I feel like for them, It just needs to go a little bit slower. It needs to go a little bit more step by step is what I'm getting, okay? And this person may be more of like a 3D person. You know what I mean? Like they're more like needing a certain amount of time to pass, right? And I feel like some of you guys in pile number 2, you're romantics, but you're also get in your head a lot. And you're like, oh, well, that communication, you know, they didn't put a heart after that, after their text. So now I feel like shit, right? And I feel like some of you guys are needing to kind of ground yourself, okay? And not go crazy with this and not put a lot of guilt on yourself. If you had fun, you had fun. You didn't mess everything up, okay? And we have the hero and the beggar here. So and look at the way that she's covering her eyes. You know, I think one thing you need to remember is both of you wanted this, okay? Both of you wanted this. I'm seeing an N and N. Like you could have 2 N names here, like Nicole or Nick. You could have 2 N names. I'm seeing an L and a K here too. I'm saying LKL. That could be initials for somebody. But I feel like both of you were like, you know, you guys both had passion for this connection, and I feel like both of you wanted it. So don't feel weird about that, pile number 2. Don't go, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I not, you know, why did I not do this? Why did I not do that? And I feel like some of you may be feeling like this person put you in kind of a position that wasn't as powerful after all this happened. Like, you feel like they're still like, you know, looking good in this situation, and you're kind of like just waiting for the text to come through, or you're kind of like, oh my God, like, you know, and I feel like you may be kind of disempowering yourself, pile number 2, like going, oh, what did I do? Why did I say that? Why did I respond that way? Why did I write? And I think you just need to remember that this person also, you know, like I feel they very much wanted to have this with you too. And I feel like they came after you in a very strong way themselves. All right. And they need to they do need to step up to the plate here and, you know, take the proper steps now is what I feel. But what I'm hearing here, pile number 2, is that you shouldn't feel, don't be like, oh my God, I fucked up something really good here, all right? And, you know, this person, truth be told, the roles could be reversed here too. Like, they could have fucked up, and they're like, hey, I know I messed everything up. So this could be on them as well, you know? And here's what I'm thinking is, if they did mess up or they did do something they shouldn't have done, or let's say you guys did have a sexual encounter and then you didn't hear from them for like a week, and yet you really connected and you said you were going to talk again, and this person is holding themselves out to be somebody who's ready to date, ready to spend time with someone. Like you know, they need to own up to their thing here. They need to own up to it and take responsibility for their own, you know, yeah, we have the Lovers here. So I do think that, you know, this was an equal endeavor, pile number 2. This was an equal endeavor, and both of you were it seemed like both of you were on the same page here. I do feel like this person was pursuing you, and I do feel like both of you were, you know, and I feel like they were even pursuing you more than you were pursuing them. And it's like, well, how did the tables turn here, okay? So some of you I feel like some of you have been left in some confusion about this. Like, how did this go full circle from this shit to that shit, right? Let's see, where is this person? Where are they at right now, Spirit? Where is this person at right now? I mean, they're excited. I feel like some of you guys are, I feel like they're excited and they're like, yeah, and they feel happy and they feel good that you guys connected, and so can you show me, like, why are they not, I think this person is pretty happy with their life, and that's why they don't have as much urgency around it as you, right? I feel like this person, yeah, I feel like this person is pretty happy with their life right now, and they're like good, you know? And I feel like the hero and the heroine here with the sun, right? We could have some Leo and Gemini energy here. We could have some Capricorn energy in this pile too. Virgo or Capricorn energy. Like Virgos will do that, right? Overanalyze, look at everything, be like, oh my God, they didn't put a smiley face after they told me that, right? And I think a lot of it is like needing to ground yourself and needing to take your power back. Pile number 2 is what I'm going to say, because this person is having a nice life. I think that they're a successful person. I think they're usually genuinely happy in their life, and I think they like to have fun. They could have like a big kid kind of personality, but you know, in their day-to-day life, they're successful, they're well-rounded, they have friends, they have hobbies, right? So, you know, if that's a reason why you feel like you have more time on your hands than them, or you're not as busy as them, then make yourself, you know, give meaning and definition to your own life, pile number 2, right? And some of you may already be very busy and have a lot going on yourselves, but you may not be super satisfied with it, or you think that something's missing, okay, with the Hanged One here. I do think some of you guys feel like there's something elusive that you haven't accomplished yet with relationships, or something elusive that's missing from your life. And I do feel like you guys feel that this person is going to be the person to kind of bring that to you, okay? And provide some relief from this constant searching of something is missing, is what I feel like. What else here, pile number 2? So what is this person feeling towards pile number 2? Well, I mean, I think that they are going to reach out here. 8 of Wands. I mean, I think that they may be off doing some other things, or on a short trip right now, or they may be, you know, I feel like this person kind of has a one-track mind. It's like when they're doing something, they're engaged and they're doing it and they're focused and they're directed, and they don't let up until they're done, all right? And so, you know, sometimes I feel like you may be like, well, you're not giving me enough attention. I need more attention, you know? And let's see, what is this person feeling towards pile number 2? Queen of Wands. I mean, well, you fit perfectly into their world, right? They're coming through as the sun. They look at you as the Queen of Wands. So they look at you, and I feel like, you know, outwardly, pile number 2, you're probably, you know, confident. You're probably put yourself out, you know. I don't feel like you guys are like, you know, like, I hate myself, I'm so negative towards myself. I just feel like you feel that there's something elusive and missing from your life. And, you know, this person is seeing you. I think they also think that you could have a quick temper at times too, and that you may get aggravated with them at times. I feel like even if you guys just kind of met and these dynamics are going on, I feel like this person already feels that a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they see you as a boss here. They see you as, you know, but I think they also may see you as impatient, okay? Like tired of waiting, impatient, get your shit together, you know, kind of like vibe, right? And I feel like some of you are like, well, yeah, I am, you know, like get it together. And, you know, and I feel like this person, the interesting thing here is this person is not perceiving you as being powerless, pile number 2. I don't think they have any idea that you go into the, I mean, they may notice that you may get a little irritated, but I don't think they know. That's very different than kind of like that obsessive kind of, what's going on? I'm not sure. I think you've kind of done a good job of hiding that. I don't think that this person like suspects it. They may sense that you're a little bit annoyed at times, like if you snap back at them, or they text you and you haven't talked to them for a couple days, and then you're like, well, you know, yeah, well, what have you been up to? I feel like it's been days since I talked. You know what I mean? Like they may catch your tone sometimes, but I feel like you haven't like shown to this person. Yeah, I feel like you've been running some pretty high defenses yourself as well, pile number 2. Like you guys haven't really given any indication to this person that you're kind of, you know, feeling the way that you are, is what I feel. And so some of you are going to be like, well, that's good, because I don't really want them to know, right? But it doesn't really do anything to solve this dynamic, does it? Right? Because they still are who they are, and you still are who you are. So what can pile number 2 do here? What can pile number 2 do in this situation, Spirit, to sort of ease their mind? What can pile number 2 do here? I mean, go have fun. Go do your own thing, right? Go Nine of Cups. Go make your own dreams come true. And I know that it sucks to kind of like, I know some of you are like, ew, but I want, this person is part of my dreams coming true. And I get that. But look, she has 9 cups behind her, right? So it's not just a person that fulfills all of our fantasies and happiness. There's multiple areas of our lives. And I get that we're in a pandemic. And so, you know, the options have been very limited as far as like a lot of the things that we used to be able to do. And, you know, and I think we've all had to turn inward spiritually here with the Hanged One, you know, and I think that's some of the discomfort that you've been feeling, pile number 2, is, you know, you have been in this spiritual awakening. And I feel like this restlessness and this spiritual awakening that you've been having is part of the reason kind of why you're feeling intensely towards this connection too. I'm not saying that this isn't a match. Like we have the Lovers here, the Sun, the World, right? I'm not saying that this couldn't be an amazing connection. I think there's a lot of, you know, opportunity in this connection. And I think you can sense that too. It's just that, you know, you kind of need to expand your scope here and really take stock of all the good things you have in your life and try to have, you know, 9 of Cups, do your gratitude list, right? And I'm not trying to lecture you. Some of you are going to be like, stop fucking lecturing me. I can just hear you, right? But, you know, be around your friends, be open to new ideas, be open to trying something that you haven't had, and don't hesitate so much. Actually kind of get some things going on in your own life. And I feel like you guys do have things going on in your own life too. I think it's a matter of focus, right? It's just a matter of focus and what you focus on. And definitely like needing to ground is something, grounding is something I'm getting in this pile too. We have 2 pages here. So these I feel like are 2 friends that you may have as well. Like you may have 2 friends that really help you see a better perspective, or want to take you to have fun with you or do things, or have a good suggestions about how you can live it up a little bit more, pile number 2. Because I feel like, you know, people add to our journey and they make it good and they add to our journey, but they aren't our journey. Like one person isn't definitive of our entire journey. There's other people around you as well who are wanting to have a role in your life and play a role in your life. You could have nieces or nephews. I feel like some of you that, you know, want to be around you or want your attention. You could be a teacher of some sorts, a benevolent teacher of some sorts to others. I feel like there are others that need your energy too, right? And it's not just this situation. So it's time to kind of get focused on that as well, so that you can have some mental relief from this. What else can pile number 2 do here? Ace of Cups, right? I mean, keep filling your own cup up, right? 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Keep pursuing your own goals, your own dreams, and love is going to come to you, okay? And, you know, don't stop believing with the Ace of Cups, right? And, you know that your day is coming, all right? And that love is here, and love is going to come through for you, okay? Pile number 2. And your heart is going to be renewed, and you're not going to feel so stuck anymore is what I'm getting, all right? So pile number 2, we are going to take it to the extended reading next, where we are going to look at the sexual dynamics between you and your person. We're going to look at their deepest emotional needs right now, where they see this going, and then advice from your guides, okay? So join me on the extended reading, my pile number 2s, and take care. All right. Whew, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, on the readings today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, my beauties, and today's reading is called The Truth About Your Situationship, okay? And we're going to look at, you know, where they stand right now, what they think of you, you versus them. What's the dynamic going on? We're going to look at too in the extended reading, which you can click in my description box to go to Vimeo. We'll be looking at the sexual dynamics between you and your person using my deck, the Dirty Little Grab Bag, which is now for sale and you can purchase in the link below and in my description box. Also, my deck Soul Messages is on sale too. So thank you so much, you guys. Finally, I get them on there, and let's go ahead and channel into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please clear my energy from piles number 1, piles number 2, and help me fully dive into the energies of pile number 3. And let's set our sights high, pile number 3, okay? Let's be optimistic, let's be truthful, and let's get into it, okay? So what is the truth about pile number 3 and their situationship, spirit? Let's go ahead and get into it. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Yeah, so I was kind of like jiving around in my seat here as I was drawing that card. So I definitely feel like something is stirring in this connection. Something is changing. Something's beginning. Something's being renewed here. I feel like, you know, the power of this connection is just beginning is kind of what I feel here with this Ace of Wands. It's like the match has been lit, but you know, the full fire isn't totally we aren't totally engulfed in the fire yet, but the match has been lit, all right, is what I feel. And I definitely feel like this could be a very awesome sexual connection here too with this Ace of Wands. And I feel like, you know, it's like that energy of, well, look at this. I wasn't expecting this, you know? So let's get into it. Pile number 3. We have baby steps. Yeah, I said I felt like the fire, like the match was lit, but the whole fire wasn't engulfed yet. We have baby steps. I'm seeing an M and a P here, and the P is upside down. It's interesting, but I'm seeing, and actually that could be a D too, an M and a D. Or a P, and I'm seeing the number 7 here. I'm seeing R7, okay? R77. So what does that mean? I'm seeing M and D too. Maybe that's like Maryland for some of you, or married MD, married, like, I feel like some of you are already like, we're getting married, you know? And you're like, damn, this is hot, we're getting married. And it's like baby steps, right? It's action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, but take it slow, baby steps, okay? But there's a lot of, you know, I feel, excitement about this connection too with the Ace of Wands. It's like, well, what do we have here, you know? But Spirit's like, you know, slowly but surely, some baby steps. I'm also seeing an N here for an initial, okay? But let's go ahead and see what else we got. The timing just wasn't right for us, okay? So I do feel like, let's see what else we get out here. We both know I am not the one for you. Wow, okay. So again, this is something that started off like, wow, like I feel like you thought that this was really, you know, going somewhere, that it was gonna take time and effort with the baby steps here, but that the match had been lit. But, you know, this person is saying, you know, the timing isn't right now. And something in their life, I feel like, is like holding them back. The timing isn't right for them right now. And I don't think this person's not feeling very confident about this connection right now. They're like, I don't think they're feeling super confident about their life in general right now. They're like, we both know I'm not the one for you. And I think, you know, I feel this need to kind of argue back and be like, well, but wait a second, right? Like, wait a second. And I'm seeing the initial A here too. A big old A, if anyone here has an A name, first name or last name. But I definitely feel like, you know, this person's trying to kind of talk them down off the ledge. I definitely think there was a lot of potential at the beginning here. It's like, well, what happened? Let's see here. Trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. Have faith and breathe, okay? So again, this is talking about intuition has wandered and led you astray, right? And it says follow your intuition before it makes sense. Okay, so I do feel like some of you guys thought that this was like gonna happen, you know, you're like, and I feel like some of you may have gotten a little bit stuck on the outcome with this person is what I'm feeling like. And the universe is saying the timing is not yours, but the universe is at play. So something about timing, big time in this connection as well here too. Something about the timing being off. I'm seeing the initials SA as well here too. Release, moving on, and freedom over fear, right? So there may be a lot of things that have come up in the space between you and this person about, you know, how you can make this work, or, you know, you may have been at a distance from this person too, right? And there might have been this fear of letting go here too, right? Because you saw like how much potential this connection had. And it's like, well, you know, and I do feel like some of you may be feeling like this person may be kind of moving on from you a little bit, okay? And we have so much to say, the throat chakra. So this person may have told you like the timing wasn't right for us, but that feels like such a, you know, I feel you, pile number 3. That can feel like such a cop-out, right? Because why not just take it slowly, right? Why not just take it? And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of fear in the collective right now, pile number 3. And I do feel like fear is tending to hold people back these days. And I'm also getting the initials A and M here, AM. And I feel like, you know, fear is holding people back a lot in the collective, and people aren't wanting, they're not following their intuition. Like intuition is the wands, and this is like the spark of intuition. And I feel like with baby steps, people were trying to find rational reasons, or your person was trying to find rational reasons as to why this connection, you know, wasn't going to be working out here. Now, this person could be into like, you know, they could be a musician here because this guy's on the microphone and he's looking very intense. And I see the A on his forehead as well, okay? And I see an H, I have to say. Like I'm sorry, I'm getting so many initials, but I have to say what I'm saying. And I feel like this person is very, like they're trying to follow their intuition, but I feel like they're being overcome with fear and doubt. And I feel like their confidence about themselves is just not at an all-time high right now, even though there was a lot of like spark initially in this connection. And, you know, you can't fault this person for being human, pile number 3, but I also feel like this explanation is kind of crappy in a way, because it's like, well, you know, well, how can you, right? How can you deny like our feelings, right? And Spirit is saying, trust the universe. So I feel like some of you guys have had to give this connection over to the universe, to let the universe handle it, or let Spirit handle it, because this person I feel is being kind of held back right now. Yeah, they may have done some bad behavior too, because they say, I found you, but I made an ass of myself, and I wonder if you'd give me another chance. Bad behavior or ashamed, all right? So there may be some things that this person needs to talk to you about. You know, like they need to get something off their chest, and they need to kind of tell you the truth with this throat chakra release here. And some of you are they're needing to give you a better explanation of why they are in the position that they're in now. And I don't buy that it's just the timing, right? I mean, timing is important. I believe that. But I also feel like, you know, I'm not like, I am with universal flow as well, pile number 3, and I get it. I get all of that. But I do feel like this person needs to go a little bit deeper here and say some more and talk to you a little bit more here, okay? And reveal more to you here, because I feel like the stuff that they're telling you is a little bit surface. Okay, here is really the truth. It says, I'm no good, toxic, okay? And I was feeling like this person is not high on confidence right now, and they're not feeling good about themselves. And I think some of them may be feeling ashamed or embarrassed of some of the things that they said or did or didn't say to you, okay? And they're not feeling like they're on the winning side right now of life, okay? And I think some of them are doubting, like, that they can have a new beginning or that they can trust in things, all right? And it isn't up for you to, you know, counsel this person back to their own, you know, sanity and empowerment and strength, right? Like, they need to they need to own their own energy is what I'm feeling here. And they need to come clean with you, pile number 3. Yeah, we have eagle here. So there could be some Scorpios here, or you're dealing with a Scorpio. But you know, this person's been kind of a butthole at times. I'm just going to say it, pile number 3. And I feel like they've been flying high above it with kind of canned explanations or excuses, or, you know, overall, like, you know, justifications here. And they really need to get into some deeper thought processes here. And I also feel like you do too as well. If you've been sort of like, just sort of, you know, taking what they've been saying at face value, I think there's a need to look at things from a wider perspective. And I think some of you need to consider this person's history with relationships, okay? And where they are currently at in their evolutionary cycle. It may not be where you're at, okay? It may be at a different place. And, you know, and that's the truth that we need to face up to sometimes, right? We have femme fatale, all right? So again, with the Ace of Wands, the femme fatale, and I feel like, you know, you were very seductive to this person, pile number 3, and like you were very like, I see this person being very attracted to you. Some of you may be tarot readers yourself here, or intuitives yourself. Some of you may be very mysterious people, like not always showing your whole hand either. But, you know, I do feel like you were available to this person. Some of you may have a tattoo on your back, like upper left back. Some of you may have a tattoo of a rose is what I'm seeing here too. Or the name, or just rose is something that is going to resonate with you. All right. But I feel like, you know, this connection, like you really seduced the fuck out of this person, pile number 3. Like, good for you, right? I feel like you did. I think you threw your A game at it and you seduced the fuck out of this person, right? And we have companion here. So, you know, you went from that energy to really wanting to be together, right? And I think it is important for you, pile number 3. Like, you need to have someone who's ready to be a true companion with you, not somebody who is just attracted to the sexual aspect of you or the mysterious side of you, right? Because the mystery disappears after some time, right? And I feel like what you guys are seeking is more of a soul bond, okay? And it's going to be very hard to have a soul bond with this person if they believe inherently that they're toxic and they're not any good, okay? You know, it's going to be really hard to find a true companion in that. So I do think you need to go deeper with this person on their relationship history, why they feel the way they feel. And I think you need to press them a little bit more. And if they're not willing to do the work on that, then I think it's, you know, time to trust another outcome, right? Trust the universe. Okay. It says nothing will come of this situation, void of course, moon. All right. And I feel like spirit is, you know, really, you know, saying that a truthful analysis of this situation and and I feel like for you, pile number 3, you are, you know, I feel like you may use like, you know, mystery, sexiness, etc. to attract people. But at the end of the day, you want somebody you can be yourself around and somebody who really appreciates you and sees you. All right. And this person could love the way your hair smells, or you may have like wavy hair, longer hair, and they love that. For some of you here is what I feel like. But you're wanting somebody who can really connect with you on a deeper level. And, you know, and I think some of you guys may feel disappointed because and I'm seeing the initials R and T here, okay? You know, and I'm seeing the word what for, okay? Like what for? Like why did this situation come into my life if nothing is going to come of it? Like what is it for? And I feel like some of you guys are thinking about that right now. You're like, well, what the hell, right? Like what is all this for? And I think this person needs to your person needs to kind of understand, like, what are they doing in this connection with you? Like what's, you know, are we just farting around, you know, like till the end of time? Like, what are we doing here, you know? And yeah, and I think that it needs to go deeper, right? It's this void of course moon. It's like this situation can't really shift until the conversation goes deeper, is what I feel. Like it's gonna stay in limbo land until, you know, the conversation goes deeper here, all right? And both people have to be willing to do that, or there is no relationship, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and see, okay? Like I'm feeling emotionally invested in your guys' situation. So let's see, where do they stand now? Queen of Pentacles, all right? Well, they're trying to hold themselves together. They're trying to take care of business here. They're trying to, you know, make sure that everything that they've put in play, like they're protected, everything they've put in play is going to come out okay. I think this person could be very concerned right now about practical realities or the things that they're working on, the projects that they're doing. And I feel, but their angels are tapping them and saying, you know, like it's with Temperance here. It's like, you know, and I feel like where they stand right now is, you know, I feel like they may find you to be demanding about things sometimes, pile number 3, like that you're like, you know, but the irony is I don't feel that way. You're very allowing and you're very much, you know, letting other people kind of mix and mingle with your energy. And I feel like sometimes this person is not like that, right? They draw like more lines in the sand, and you're more of like, you know, you want the companion. You want to really join forces with someone. And I feel like this person is more like, you know, like this is me and this is you. And you're more of a mergy type of person is what I feel, pile number 3, okay? So let's see, where is this person? Where do they stand right now, Spirit? Where do they stand right now? Okay, oh, the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, I mean, I think that they want to make something work here, but you know, there's going to need to be some divine intervention here, okay? And we could have a Sagittarius here. We could have some earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Scorpios in this pile. And, you know, and I feel like the angels are like, you know, and I do think that this person finds you very attractive, and I think they would see you as a potential partner here, you know, but there needs to be a more like revealing of one another to one another. There needs to be more mixy. There needs to be more, you know, more stable offers. There needs to be a practical plan in place. There needs to be, you know, and this person, you know, they need to stop using these like I feel like they want to have a connection. They want to be with someone. They want to be connected with someone, but I feel like they're playing it very surface, and they're not really putting themselves out there as if, you know, that they would be willing to do that based on these oracle cards. But I also feel like pile number 3, this person does look at you as a potential partner. And some of you guys, you know, I was going pretty hard like on this reading at the beginning of the reading, but it started with the Ace of Wands, okay? And I feel like this person does see you as a potential match for them, okay? And they may need to take it slow, and there may need to be some things that, you know, gradually unfold here, you know, and you may not like the pace that much, pile number 3. Let's see, where else are they at right now? 6 of Swords, okay? So, you know, they have their doubts too. I feel like they have their doubts too. They're uncertain, you know, they are just like, I'm not sure. And, you know, and they're trying to be intellectual about a situation that is, you know, deeper than that is kind of what I feel, okay? Let's see. Yeah, 4 of Swords and 6 of Swords. I mean, I feel like sometimes the intensity of this thing is quite a lot. And I feel like sometimes they just are like, I can't, you know, like I need a break from it, or I need to disconnect from it, or I need to kind of, you know, and some of them may be feeling like, you know, there might have been talk of marriage or being together or bigger commitment here. There may have been a talk of plans for the future, right? And you may have felt like the angels themselves were guiding this connection, right? But this person is like, I feel like it's like, you know, it's like waking up in the morning after you've drank like a bottle of cognac, and then you're just like, whoa, my stomach hurts, right? And I feel like this person, so, you know, they pull their energy back at times, right? And here's you coming through as the Queen of Cups here, okay? And I feel like you're looking good. You're looking beautiful. You're the queen, and you're the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, okay? Like you're, you know, you're a prize, pile number 3, so know that, okay? I think this person is just having trouble with some of the things that they promised. I mean, you're not giving up, though. I feel like pile number 3, you guys are not giving up. You're like, I know this could work, and I know that we could be together, and I know that this could be good. All right. And we have the Ace of Wands again. Yeah. Like, and you guys are remembering the beginning with this person and how much fun it was and how deep you connected in the sexual energy too. Right. And I think you guys are still very emotionally invested in this connection, pile number 3. Okay. But, let's see, where is this? Okay. What is pile number 3's person? What are they going to do here? What is their next step here? What is this person's next step? Let's see. 6 of Wands. Okay, so maybe they're going to start feeling better about themselves. What's their next step here, Spirit? 7 of Cups. Okay. I mean, once they start feeling better about themselves and they start kind of getting their vitality back and reconnecting, I feel like there's going to be a lot of options for them. They're going to be open to many things. They'll be open to love, 10 of Cups. They'll be open to happiness again. But there's just something about this person saying, I'm no good, toxic, right? And I feel like this person, once they overcome that, they're going to see that they have a lot more choices in front of them than they do. And they don't need to be so limiting with themselves, and they can actually envision their happiness again. They can actually envision it again, is kind of what I feel here. All right, so the cards are showing that this could actually, I can see why you feel like you want to hang on to this, pile number 3, honestly. Like, what should pile number 3 do here, Spirit? Okay, like justice, like just weigh out the situation, prepare yourself for all outcomes, and keep your standards high, okay? And sometimes you need to pull back too. You need to pull back and, you know, set a new course for yourself emotionally too, right? So let's see, what can pile number 3 do here? 8 of Wands, okay? So yeah, just be very fair and balanced with what you communicate, and try not to take it personally. And when this person does talk to you, really analyze what they're saying. Is it fluffy, like fluffy fluff? I mean, like, or are these like, you know, or are you, is it really deep conversations that tell you where this person is at and what their, you know, and what their intentions are, what they're seeing, what their future, like, you know, are they really talking about, and actually not their intentions in future. I actually feel like, are they talking to you about things that are just skimming the surface level and keeping the conversation at a surface level? Or are they really going deep with you? And are you really understanding where they're at? And that's something that I would say needs to kind of come through here. What else, Spirit? What else can pile number 3 do? We have the Lovers, okay? So, we have Justice, the 8 of Wands, and the Lovers. So better communication is going to help heal the rifts in this relationship. Open communication with one another is going to really, and it's really going to bring the fire back between you two. It's really going to bring the sexual fire back. And, but both parties have to be willing, all right? Both parties have to be willing and have to get out of their heads enough to do that, is what I'm getting, pile number 3. Okay, so I'm going to take it to the extended reading next, and we are going to look at their deepest emotional needs, the sexual energy between you guys. We're going to look at where they see this going, and then advice from your guides. So thank you so much, my beautiful pile number 3s, and take care.